A big shakeup in the world of media this week. Warner Brothers Discovery was just acquired by Paramount. Many people are concerned about possible rising prices and what this merger means for consumers.
Earlier, I sat down with Professor Jennifer Fogel. We take a deeper look at how the acquisition could impact you in this Friday's In Focus. So I'm here with Professor Fogel today to talk about the recent bidding war between Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount and what the acquisition kind of led to and that whole entire experience. So thank you so much for joining me.
Glad to be here.
So obviously Paramount recently finalized its deal to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. What do you think are the main factors that led to this merger and why it's happening right now in the media industry?
So the bidding war was definitely happening between Netflix and Paramount wanting to possess a lot of the intellectual property that Warner Brothers has to offer. Warner Brothers had already sort of been in decline simply because they owned a lot of cable networks. People aren't watching cable television anymore. So they had already decided within the company that they were going to split off their cable networks with their subscription streaming service as well as their studios. Netflix wanted to just simply purchase the streaming and the studios so that they could have a lot of that intellectual property for themselves, and then the cable networks would just sort of be hung out to dry. Whereas Paramount decided that they wanted to own everything. And they had already gone through their own merger lately, so this is just going to create an even more huge conglomerate.
Yeah, and how do you think that that's going to affect the consumer when it comes to prices and bundling their streaming services all together?
For the most part, right now, Paramount has already said that they are planning to bundle or at least create one streaming service between HBO Max and Paramount Plus. That will likely give them more leverage to charge the consumer more. And then as far as some of the intellectual property, now they've promised they're going to start making some more maybe franchises, working more with DC, working more with Harry Potter. But the problem is that stuff costs money, and they're going to incur a lot of debt just taking on the company as it is. So perhaps as much as they're saying they're going to create a lot more content, that's not necessarily what's going to happen.
Yeah, and so with both CNN and CBS News now under the same corporate umbrella, what impact do you think that's going to have on the news industry?
Right now, this is what a lot of the industry is concerned about, mainly because those that currently own Paramount, which is Skydance, they are sort of fully ensconced in the conservative ideology. They're friends with our current administration. And so CNN, as we know, has sort of been the antithesis to our current administration. And so the fact that CBS, which has started to already change its view, saying that it's becoming more objective, will certainly have an impact on CNN that could lead to layoffs. It could lead to a very different type of ideology behind the news network. And so that is definitely one of the bigger concerns of the fact that Paramount is now probably going to take on Warner Brothers, barring any regulatory issues.
Yeah, okay, well, I thank you so much for sitting down with me today and giving me some of this information.
When asked about the CNN and CBS merger, Paramount CEO David Ellison says editorial independence needs to be maintained after widespread public concern.